let's say right now that if there's a young guy watching this who was in my position a few years ago, who straight away is getting like negative thoughts because it's like, oh, like he's a rich guy, he's wearing an expensive watch, and he's just like gave Hamza like an expensive thing, and like you know, he must be greedy, he must be shy. You know, that perception that you can have when you have a level of insecurity for the wealthy because you haven't really achieved that yet. Is there anything you want?
Yeah, I mean, basically, look, all I'd say is like, so I am you just 8 years on. Right, like people look at my age and they're like, you know, I just turned 22, and they're like, oh, this is crazy. I'm like, well, I mean, yeah, but also 8 years ago, I started reading a book a week, right? So it's like, I don't look at my age, I look at how long have you been doing something, right? So you gotta look at how long have I been doing something. Before I even had, you know, that business, you know, the first business that I ever started 5.5 years ago, I was reading a book a week. I was going to gym pretty much 6 times a week, reading a book a week, going to gym 6 times a week, meditating anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes a day. I don't even do that now. I probably know I should do. So I was working on me. And that's why when the right opportunity came about, and you know, the business that I started, it's not very, like, having a marketing agency is about as sexy as having an accounting firm. Like, it's not like, you know, I don't know, there's nothing like sexy about it, but it's a service-based business. And once again, it's like, even within the agency world, there's people who are slaves to their business and there are people who do it right. So whatever business, like, I don't take pride in being a hard worker. I take pride in being very smart and understanding leverage, and then I throw in hard work on top of that, and that's why I am where I am today. So as I said, the reason or the thing that I would say to someone who's looking at me is like, do what I did 8 years ago, which is like the fundamentals, and do what you did 3 years ago, which is, and that's why you're here today. And by the way, like, it would be very interesting if we were sat here and I was like 8 years into self-development, business, this, that, and we had you at 8 years, right? Because I guarantee if you 8 years sat here with me at 8 years, bro, you'd probably be much farther ahead than I am, right? So I don't look at it as like age. I look at it as like, how long have you been doing this stuff? So yeah, I mean, for like, it's a long road, and this is why, like, I love a lot of the, you know, one of my passions is kind of like, I don't know the way to describe, like, the whole manosphere world, because it's like, as a man, you're not shit in this world. Like, you are not fucking anything, and no one will give you an ounce of fucking pity. You're here, and you gotta make it on your own, right? And as a man, you just go brick by brick by brick by brick, year on year on year, and then you look back and, you know, you've accomplished something. But yeah, you can either just keep circle jerking and, you know, stay in that loop for years and years. But at some point you gotta face the sobering reality that, like, you as a man have been brought into this world and you gotta create your own value.